Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds for Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation that are particularly unique and worth checking out for some reason. And this week's seed is one that I honestly didn't even know was possible to find, or that I even knew I was looking for, until this week's live stream where I played on an amplified map, which is basically where you take a map and the peaks get really, really high, like massive mountains, and the valleys get really low, and it creates a really, really strange Minecraft experience. And a lot of people suggested they wanted to play the map too, and because not everyone can download maps, basically what I decided to do is think, okay, so what is the closest thing you can get to amplified survival in Minecraft for the consoles right now? And the answer forth was, extreme hill biomes, but normally they are incredibly rare. So what I have found today is a map which is more than 50% extreme hill biomes. So super hilly, super valley, lots and lots of islands of extreme hill biome which cover more than half the usable map. But on top of that, there's also the rest of the map which is full of hills. So if you look at this snow biome, for instance, you can see it's like it should be normally flat, but it's got some hills in it. So yeah, a very, very rocky, very amplified like experience that we can get on console. It's the closest thing we can find, and it took me a lot of effort to find it. So yeah, the seed is IBX Toy Chat 290. So chat like cat in French. I'm clever, aren't I? But yeah, so that's the seed. I'll put it on screen right now and inscription. And please do like it if you did like it, because like with all my Seed Sundays, this one took a long time to find, particularly because spawning in an extreme hill biome which covers half the map is not something that really ever happens. They're meant to be small biomes that are a nice surprise, and this one is just a truly massive one that might make you sick of extreme hills, but might make you really enjoy the amplified experience. So with that said, here is the spawn area. If you do type in the seed, this is where you'll spawn, and the first thing you're going to want to do is chop down some trees, if that's your thing. I think that's most people's thing, and then try and get to the top of this mountain up here, because this is the first extreme hill biome, or like the big part of the extreme hill biome, I should say. So to get there, you're going to need to head like kind of around this mountain, because like with a true amplified world, it is a real challenge to climb most of these mountains. Like, if you head across to here, you can just about do it without breaking blocks. But like I said, it's a real challenge to do, and to some people, that's really cool. I really like the challenge of trying to parkour up the mountain, but, if you don't want to, then you can just place blocks or whatever. But that's the easiest way to do so, just head round the mountain like that. But yeah, once you end up on top here, you can see, this is what I mean by this is an amplified-like experience, because if you look around, there's just crazy peaks, crazy little, like, floating bits of island, and there's a lot of other cool stuff that I still have to show you. So, yeah, this is, a truly unique experience that if you haven't used enough extreme hill biome, hopefully is your thing. So around this extreme hill biome, you can find yourself a few animals just flowing around the self, and you can also find yourself some trees, which is really nice. And yeah, if we head down the hill here, you'll start to see there's flat bits as well as just crazy tall bits, because although there is lots of mountains, there's also lots of other stuff around the place. Like, for instance, you'll see floating islands, like just over here. You'll see like big, kind of like floating like shadow things, which makes massive caves. I think, for instance, just over here, I think if we just head over the mountain, so this place near the spawn, there's this massive, like, kind of bridge across this gap, but underneath the bridge, there's this really big hole in the mountain, and this is just a really dark place under the mountain. So if you need to find hostile mobs in the daytime, this is a good place to come, and it just shows how crazy this generation get. Also, there's a chicken on the mountain there, which is cool. It just shows how crazy this, kind of extreme hill biome thing can be, and yeah, that's what's going on here. But instead of just talking about how it's crazy and there's extreme hills everywhere, I wanted to also show you some of the cool points around the map, because it is a good seed. Otherwise, at least it's a very cool and weird seed, which is what I look for in Seed Sunday. So if you head to these coordinates just here, so -85, Y23, Z130, as always, just look at the map if you want to, and pause it if you want to remember this stuff. But yeah, if you head to these coordinates here, this is the first place I recommend coming to if you want to get yourself some ores and some fun challenges, because if you head to here, you'll spawn inside a mob spawner. But there isn't actually a mob spawner. It's not that I broke it, it just didn't spawn here, so you get the benefit of 2 chests, which has iron horse armor, some bread, some buckets, as well as a name tag, a saddle, and some more horse armor. So that's a full horse right there. But there's also 2 really cool things here. First of all, if you take a left turn after you get from this place, so as you can see here, there's 2 clear choices, left and right. If you take a left turn and then jump across this gap, then jump down here, you'll find your first abandoned mineshaft chest, which is always cool to find that soon into abandoned mineshaft. The second thing you'll find is there's this massive corridor just full of spider webs here, and if you want your cobwebs pretty badly, then that's a cool thing, of course, because if you get silk touch, you can do that, and even if you don't, it's just something weirdly long to look at, and, it's just a free bit of XP too. So, lots and lots of cobwebs, great for if you want those cobwebs, because, if you get silk touch on your shears, there's only a certain number of cobwebs you can find. But yeah, besides that, the chest with the cool stuff in, and there's also on the right here, the second cool part about this abandoned mineshaft, which is just how it stops being an abandoned mineshaft. Like, because of the fact that we're under Extreme Hill right now, there's a few weird things about the, the undergrowth. The main one being, okay, so this isn't part of the Extreme Hill, but if you look here, there's just a missing section of the mineshaft. Maybe it burnt down. I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but as you can see, like, there's a little bit of mineshaft down here. Most of it's gone, and there's just a big gap here where there clearly should be mineshaft. And what's even cooler than that is if you head just a little bit over here, you'll find your first emerald, just a free emerald right there, and you'll also find lava instead of where there should be abandoned mine shafts. So obviously I imagine in this case it burned down, but it's still cool just to see how challenging it is to get across the mine shaft, and then you can head across here, and of course you found yourself some gold, some more spiderwebs, and all the cool stuff that of course you like if you're in a mine shaft. But yeah, I just figured this was a cool mine shaft because in addition to having lots of the stuff you like in a mine shaft, like the chests and stuff, there's also just missing pieces and a free emerald, which is exactly what you want if you're in a Extreme Hill biome. Which, by the way, because most of this is Extreme Hill biome, you can find so many emeralds below the ground. If you want to trade that way instead of doing it the normal way, or if you want to get emeralds that way, you can. I think that's one way you can do it because I believe there isn't actually a natural NPC village. I could be wrong on that one. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Like, I think when you use the Xbox One large world size is what I'm thinking of when I think of village. But yeah, so there's no natural villages. But if you trade, like, if you make your own villager, you can trade them that way, and people will be like, "Oh, there's no villages, but you have a villager. Wow," or something like that. If that's your thing anyway, yeah, that's what you can do. But anyway, so just show you around a few more cool things on the map. As you can see here, there's a very weirdly shaped Extreme Hill biome, and you can see how, like, just how crazy the generation is. Again, I'm not going to try and talk about it too much, but it is really, really cool in my opinion. But if we head to the north a little bit, and we head through, I guess there's a little bit of flat forest here, which is kind of lame. But if you look at some of the flatter bits of the Extreme Hill biome that aren't, part of this, even then, it's still really cool. Like, for instance, if you look down here, you're just surrounded by two mountains, so even though it's flat and you're low down, like you would in a normal biome, it's still just really cool to have, just this really, like, surrounded by mountains thing. It's safe in a way, kind of like if you're a baby, or it's kind of, scary. Either way, I'm sure it's good for either sort of person. But yeah, if you look around the rest of this place, you'll find that, first of all, there is just over here a desert temple, which I'm going to show you now. And there's also another surprise biome that just appeared out of nowhere that I was really not expecting in a seed this heavily focused towards, like, hills and whatnot. Because, first of all, desert temple. So, desert temple, as always, at these coordinates. If you want to go inside there, they do have random drops, and sometimes I blow them up, which is never a good idea. But yeah, they get random drops, which can include stuff like diamonds, can include stuff like emeralds, but in this case, we got a diamond, and we got a sharpness for enchant book, as well as gold, which is pretty cool. But yeah, you can get loads of cool stuff from there, and it's random each time you load up the world. So, again, it's something you can, just keep loading up the world and try and get a better one, if that's your sort of thing, and you into that sort of thing. But yeah, the really cool thing about this world is that these coordinates just over here. So, this is kind of in the middle of the big ocean, because there is just a massive ocean here for some reason. In the middle of the big ocean, there's just a single little mushroom biome here, and I think it's so cool and so small, and it's also great for a challenge. So, if the, the kind of amplified effect that you get from the rest of this place isn't your thing, then what might be your thing is the fact that just over here there's a mushroom biome which you can use to kind of make a challenge. So the challenge would be try and spread the mycelium as far as you can, because of course it's confined to this tiny little island right here. By the way, you can tell it's mycelium because there's little like spores appear from the ground. Try and expand this as far as you can. Maybe take it up to the mainland. Do whatever you want with it. It's just a fun little challenge for you, and I think it's one worth doing. So that's the cool little mushroom biome in the middle of this big ocean. Unfortunately, the oceans don't get amplified in the PC and of course on the console, because this is just a knock-off amplified. It doesn't either. But if you look here, I think actually amplified ocean would be weird. But yeah, so there's just a big ocean here. There's not really too much going on here. No reason to cross it, besides if you want the jungle, which is over there in the corner. But there is also one final small little Extreme Hill biome, just kind of tied up in the corner here. It's pretty cool in my opinion. I like it a little bit. But the main last thing I wanted to show you is actually the Stronghold in the world. So the Stronghold is something that a lot of people kind of overlook, because it's like, yeah, you only need to kill the End Dragon once per world, and I kind of understand that. But in this world, the Stronghold is in a really cool location that I could have showed you first, but I wanted to focus on the amplified thing. So you remember where the spawn is, where the snowy hills were? Just over here, the Stronghold is so close to the spawn you won't believe it. So you spawn just over here, and if you just head around here, you head down here, and then you head above these hills. Within literally, if I had a timer on screen, you'd be able to see it was like, within literally 15 seconds, you can get to the place where your Stronghold can be found, because you just have to dig down from where this gold blocks are, and then you can find yourself in your Stronghold. So these coordinates just here, obviously, spoiler alert, if you don't want to do that, probably don't watch this part of the video. But yeah, these coordinates just here, you can mine down, and you'll find yourself inside the Stronghold, which is, it's really cool in my opinion. And Just like the abandoned mineshaft, there's a few places in this stronghold where it's really, really glitchy, and it makes me wonder what's up there. Like, for instance, here, you know, it just leads into a big pit of lava. Probably not something everyone wants in the world, but something that can happen. And then you can lead that into a cave if you want to. But yeah, just, you know, really cool, slightly glitchy, you know, a stronghold. It's got some gravel on this side, and another cave over here. Really cool place, really cool abandoned mineshaft, really cool scene in general. And if you want amplified biomes, we can wait till the next update. Or, you know, if you want the kind of simulated experience, this is the best thing we can do right now. As I said, it took me a long time to find even something like this, and hopefully this is something you do like, because that'd be very cool. But yeah, so please do like the video if you do like it. It would help out my channel a lot, and it lets me know that you liked the video. Share the video if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I do Seed Sunday almost every single week. I'm actually going to be stopping it soon, because we have to wait for the next big update, because then all my seeds will go obsolete. But yeah, Seed Sunday is something I do every week, or it'll soon be almost every week. And I also do a bunch of other Minecraft console videos that if you play Minecraft on Xbox or PlayStation, I'm sure you'll like. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.